Hey Nick, you ready to keep rocking and rolling?
As long as it's in the free world.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Well, it's not free.
Not anymore.
No.
Hey guys, it's your favorite final girl and boy, Emily and Nick, and your favorite final babysitter, Mike. Say something. Coming at you with a new episode of Gag Me with a Knife, a weekly podcast where we dissect, disembowel, and shred the best and worst slasher movies. We're going to continue our rock and roll slasher month with 1984's Rocktober Blood. Get ready to, God damn it, rock and read the back of the box. Shit.
It's the most dangerous concert ever. It's the Rocktober Blood Tour, a killer show with everything you wouldn't expect to see. Screaming fans, bright lights, guitars, and murder. Billy I. Harper, one of rock's megastars, was electrocuted for several brutal murders and the near-fatal stabbing of Lynn Starling, his backup vocalist and lover. 2 years have passed, and Lynn has taken over the band. Now they're out on the road in the ultimate concert spectacular. One person can stop the music. Billy. He's out of the grave, ready to rock and rule. He's ready to rock and rule.
Rock and rule.
So, what are your initial thoughts? Did you bring the movies back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're on the table, though.
Hey, no, you can have this one back for sure. Oh, man. This movie sucks.
Come on.
Nah, dude.
No,
A film by the Sebastians.
I thought the Sebastians rule, and I thought it sucked the first time I watched it, like 2 years ago, but upon rewatching,
I'd never seen this one.
I'm back.
Oh,
I didn't think it. I had seen it before too, and I thought it was a lot worse.
There's
the first
one
time
cool
than...
kill in it, and that's about it.
I will attack. Sorry, that song. I've looked. It's on my YouTube history right now.
Okay, so yeah, I thought it was okay. I went ahead and wrote down like the people beforehand. And I was like, really, Billy I, lead singer douchebag, Lynn harmony backup, like it's just like. Rick Righteous, MVTV guy.
I like the names like Rick Righteous and Billy I and shit. Like I like that stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. But do we ever actually see Billy on screen aside from the casket?
He's
singing. He's singing at the very beginning.
In the very beginning, yeah.
In the very beginning, in the studio.
And when he like kills,
because John's a pretty good singer too.
When he kills the first two, the Kevin and Mary at the beginning, you see him.
That's not him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's John.
Well, I thought
Spoilers.
I think it was him.
Oops, I did it again.
I thought it was him at the beginning, but he like just took over after he died.
I think that. Well, I mean, at first it would make more sense that John killed Billy, but he didn't. He like just let him take the fall. So it is, yeah. Billy gets arrested.
Yeah.
All right, why
because
don't you get
John.
started,
Well, get
Mike?
it started. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later. Okay, so we get the cool red titles screen. Oh yeah, and the Sebastians, they rule. They did Gatorade and some American Angels about women's wrestling. I've not seen it. It's on my list.
Oh yeah, the writer director team. They're married, right?
Yeah, I can't remember their first names, but their last names are the Sebastians.
Yeah, it's
They did Gatorade 1 and 2.
Beverly and Fred. It's called. They keep on calling him Ferd on IMDb, but I'm not sure if they just misspelled Fred. But it's Beverly and
Maybe his name
either
is
Fred or Ferd.
Ferdinand.
Anyway.
Okay, so there's the guy at the soundboard with Lynn, our lead lady, final girl, I guess. While Billy I is singing for the tape. You know, they're in the studio. There's bright lights, and it's a nice take. Everybody's really fucking digging it. And Lynn and Billy start arguing because he's about to go fuck somebody at 4:30 a.m. And she's like, ooh. And she said, I hope you catch every disease known to man. And he's like, are you jealous? You'll catch them too. I was like, that's some good dialogue.
Yeah.
If I got it, you got it, bitch. So she goes into the booth and starts singing Rainbow Eyes.
Oh man, this song sucks.
I
Okay,
did write
I
at
gotta
some
say,
point. I wrote. I guess Billy is the red herring, or maybe he's the killer. I don't know. Listening to your music backwards, Satan. Oh, okay, so it's Billy. Found out 13 minutes into the movie. What the fuck, dumb.
Yeah. Oh, and the song, but the song he sings in the beginning, I fucking love it. I've YouTubed it. It's called "I'm Back." It's
I'm Back.
I'm Back by Sorcerer. If you want,
I like
to
Rainbow Eyes better.
look at it.
These songs blow.
You're in a band. You're just
Dude,
pretentious.
I like Dio. I like Rainbow in the Dark and shit. I'm not saying rainbows can't be used in like cool music.
I don't think that we think
Rainbow
that
Eyes
was
just
your issue with it.
sucks.
We just think that you were pretentious because you're a musician.
No, not like.
What's the other big number at the end? It's like,
He plays "We're Back." He sings "We're Back."
but he also does one that's like "Killer on the Loose."
Oh yeah. Killer on the Loose.
Killer on the Loose.
Well, they open up of it in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Wait, that's on Back.
They reprise
No.
both of the songs.
Yeah, they do.
They do both?
Yeah, because he comes back out, and no one seems like bothered about
Because
the fact that
he
this
does
like
a whole song
dead
before
person
Lynn.
comes back.
At the end, he does a whole song before Lynn gets up.
Yeah, and then she gets
Yeah.
then she comes
Yeah.
out and he makes her do rainbows, and then
No,
he
no,
does.
There's
the
only
kill-
two songs in the movie.
Wait, there's "I'm Back," "Rainbow Eyes," and "Killer on the Loose."
Yeah, there's 3,
Okay, 3. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
and they're all killer.
So she sings "Rainbow Eyes," and then we see the creepy hallway stalker vision.
She sings
And there's like
Rainbow Eyes.
There's a cutie with a newspaper that works in the studio. I don't know her name.
Her name is
Belle Live
Mary.
Mary.
I guess does she get killed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
That's
sound
Mary.
guy goes to the game room
That's Kevin.
and he's like gonna play some fucking pinball, and he thinks that the singer Billy comes in, but he gets his throat slit from behind, and it says "Game Over" on the screen,
I
which is
thought I
awesome.
said that was my first note was lol at game over after Kevin gets killed.
That's good.
And then I wrote pretty rockin' pants and boots killer.
Yeah, I wrote "Killer?" walking.
Yeah. Well, he had some pretty killer boots and pants.
And at this
And then
point,
there was a tit cut.
yeah, Lynn strips down and gets in the jacuzzi, and she locked the door. Real smart. And the killer is walking again. He tries the jacuzzi door, can't get in there. So we get stalker vision down to the studio where Mary's kind of about to, looks like she's like locking up. But the killer grabs her by the throat.
He strangles her with a tape or something, and
Wait,
then
he's like dragging her with the tape. The
yeah,
dragging
and then
was
she
cool.
gets impaled.
And we're cutting back
That's
and
the
forth.
best kill in the movie.
Yeah,
No,
I know
like-
it is.
Does he
Yeah,
impale her
totally.
head? Does he impale her head on a spike? Is that
No,
what happens?
No, it's
her
through
torso. Yeah, like
it's
Oh.
like her body.
yeah.
Okay.
But also, it's like, why kill the production crew, man?
Well, she
Are
was
you
just
trying to
a,
make-
she was just a fucking.
He's killed
secretary.
25
But it's like-
people.
Yeah,
at the end of
later
this.
on you find out he not only killed those two, but 25 rock and rollers
A bunch of
plus
groupies.
Kevin and I guess Mary.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, the MVTV guy says that he killed 25 rock and rollers.
I didn't think that was clever.
Yeah, I did too.
So Lynn, you can't tell if she hears something or not because she's in her own little jacuzzi bubble. But she gets dressed and goes downstairs to the studio where Billy's sitting there smoking grass. And they're acting like it's a big deal. He's
Are you on
smoking
that
fucking
stuff
grass.
again?
It must be like crocodile or something.
Well,
Oh, yeah. It's not Quaaludes, but if any of you guys know where to get any Quaaludes, holler at your babysitter and final girl over here.
Yeah, not final boy. He doesn't want to be involved.
He's a good boy.
I don't want expired Quaaludes.
I
Dude,
went,
all Quaaludes are expired.
yeah,
Quaaludes.
unless they're new.
like-
There must be some Chinese chemists like.
I think that I
on
heard
top
they
of
make them
it.
in like Mexico
Yeah,
or
they
something.
still have it in
but,
other
like,
countries, right?
Well,
We're so
Mike,
puritanical.
Mike, I think you need to go off this podcast and into the deep web or the dark web.
dark web
or
the
you know,
deep web.
I'm just using
whatever
this
it
as
is.
a diving board right into the deep web.
I think this is,
You're gonna get on the
no.
Silk Road.
I think
Yeah.
this is
I
a
think
sojourn.
Silk Road got shut
It
down.
did.
I
get
think
shut
this
down.
is a sojourn you need to go on your own.
I've been on the dark web though before.
Emily's coming with me.
Yep.
You
This is gonna
post on
become-
the dark web.
This is gonna
I've been
become
on it.
the
I've just
expired-
gone because I thought there'd be like
prescription
weird
drug
shit, but it really
podcast.
was like boring.
Yeah,
it
there's,
was like
there's
dumb.
photos of you being passed around on the dark web.
We're
Yeah.
changing the name to Gag Me with a Lewd.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, well
So-
I'm out.
Stay gagged on lewds. See ya.
While Billy's smoking grass, he tells Lynn that he fired Kevin. And she's like, have you seen Mary? And she goes to check on her. And Billy's just like,
He crazy.
and she finds Mary. And so Billy's acting really crazy then. And he admits that it was him. And he chases her and grabs her and he cuts her shirt. Oh,
Cuts her
yeah.
tit.
It's real hot.
And
He starts
Yeah.
making her sing.
Mutilation.
Rainbow eyes. Yeah. And then there's the bumbling security officer that hears her screaming.
Yeah,
This
I thought he was
motherfucker
gonna get
is
killed too.
useless.
Dude, Billy just straight chases him.
Yeah, I
No,
thought-
he's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like
Just
runs out, dude.
It's like Barney Fife meets a bear or
totally.
something.
Barney Fife
Like,
meets
oh,
Gomer
fuck.
Pyle meets.
Like, dude, he totally didn't do his job.
So,
No.
He failed.
And I thought he got killed because I wrote down, did he kill Lynn and the
no,
security
just
guard?
because 2 years
Clearly not.
later.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Even if that security guard got away, like, good fucking job, you fucking dick.
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah, because it's
So,
2 years later.
That's the opposite of your job.
is Lynn's
You're supposed to
only-
run towards it.
Is Lynn's only job in this whole thing?
she's
She
supposed
just
to-
sings rock. She
she's
just sings Rainbow
harmony
Eyes.
and no, she sings harmony and backup
Okay.
in the band originally, but now
They're acting like
now
it's her
2 years
fucking band, but
later-
no,
well,
Tim
it
is in a
now.
mask. No, there's a guy in a mask pretending to be Billy.
Well, that's
Tim.
that's in the only show we see, but it says Lynn Starling is back together with the band headmistress. Band
Yeah,
formed back together.
Headmistress.
Apparently,
That's a
she
good name.
and then he goes,
No, it's not.
You don't
it's
think
not.
so?
I don't
No.
think so. But she goes,
I like everything.
or the guy the righteous Rick or whatever, the MVTV guy. He's like, she fingered Billy, and I was like, haha. And then he's like, and then he called her super gutsy, and I was like, for ratting out her boyfriend for killing people, like that's
Yeah.
gutsy. Like,
And then
just 'cause
singing
she-
the
Yes.
and
and then
singing
taking
the
his
band song,
and then taking
So-
over the band.
Rocktober
Okay.
Blood is
Headmistress
just
would have
like
been
the
a
name
cool
of the party, right?
Headmistress would have been a cool fucking band if they gimmicked it up and it was like she was like
Whips
the
and chains and
headmistress.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, after that, they keep rolling. The camera keeps rolling, but
He's like, "You got any
Righteous
blow?"
Rick doesn't know, and he's like, he asks for some toot, and then he's like,
Toot.
"Oh, are you still rolling?" It was really funny.
Yeah, get
I want
tooted,
to
man.
And then I wrote, "Oh, is Billy back?" And then someone said, "I hurt my hand. I broke my nail." I don't really know when that happened.
So
but-
yeah, it's during this interview that you hear that Billy killed 25 people.
yeah.
2
Apparently,
years
he killed
ago.
25 rock and rollers. I was like, why didn't we see any of that?
And he said the whole time that he was innocent, right?
Yeah. So he actually killed 27 people because it was 25 plus Kevin and Mary.
Yeah.
So
So everybody's dancing, drinking, and smoking. So Rocktober Blood is just the name of the party. It's not the name of the album. It's not the name.
I
of
think
the
it might be
the
the name.
album's
I think
name?
it's the name of the tour,
Rocktober Blood tour.
like
okay.
the spectacular
Yeah, but this is like the PR
show.
Party.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
well, yeah, they're not even playing at this one.
So there's a shadow on the stairs. Oh, shadow time.
Wait, hold on. It says now they're out on the road in the ultimate concert spectacular. So I don't know if that's one show
No, they
or
never leave the town.
Yeah, it must be just
They're-
it must be just one show called.
This is their
Rocktober
album
Blood.
release party. And
Yeah,
like
because
yeah.
Rainbow Eyes plays, but they're not playing Rainbow
Yeah.
Eyes. Rainbow Eyes.
Yeah, she doesn't want to.
Rainbow Eyes.
That song is
I like it
terrible.
too. It's fun.
It's not as good as I'm Back, but it's good. So we see a guy in the mask, and you're like, is that Billy? I don't know. It's on the front of the movie. He has a sore throat. And he tells Lynn to go see Chris in the office. But wait, it's not
Did you guys
Tim.
think that like Chris was like a low rent fucking Tim Roth?
There's like, we need a Brit in here. Yeah, he was kind of like a
Yeah.
low rent Tim Roth. That's a good call, Nick. But Chris isn't in the office, and he like is looking for Lynn, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, she went up to the office to find you." But a guy in a mask pops out. She thinks it's Tim, who has replaced Billy as being the actual lead singer of this band. I don't know why she's famous. And knocks him, sticks a knife in the wall next to her, and he pulls off his mask, and it's Billy, we think. And Chris is like coming upstairs, and by the time Chris gets up there, it's not like he chases
Did
off
you guys
Billy.
notice that
Lynn's just
where the
sitting and
office
crying.
is like past like a bunch of like attic
Yeah, you have to-
cobwebby like hallways.
But
Like,
I think in bigger
corridors.
buildings, probably the size you haven't really played. You know,
But I
in
mean,
your
like-
music career, like they have like
Oh wow!
big buildings.
Oh wow! Wow, dude!
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Damn.
That was a good burn.
You just never been in a real venue.
Heavy burn.
Wow, all
Well,
right.
you haven't played an arena.
That was.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Dude,
Well,
Nick's
the
band's
venue.
do you want to
rule.
go? Do you want to go play Thompson Bowling?
No, but the
Okay.
venue, the
It's
venue in
the Civic
Rocktober
Coliseum.
Blood, the venue in Rocktober Blood, it was not an arena.
Okay, so Nick
it's
has
so
been in
that
Greta
is a
Garbo's
moot
thighs,
point.
the
And
Nemoids,
hey, note taken,
Burning
motherfucker.
It,
Greta Garbo's size, Burning
the
It,
Sniff,
the Pharaohs.
Hey, no, shut
This is
up.
You've already talked about
Shut
Greta
up.
Garbo's
For rock and
thighs
roll-
on the
for
show.
rock and
That's
roll.
old. Shut up. Dude,
guys, check these bands out on YouTube, SoundCloud or
You
something.
don't
no,
want-
man. It's not for.
It's not on
no.
SoundCloud.
This isn't for that.
We want to stay local.
Guys.
So you didn't play big
Guys.
venues on purpose.
Guys,
You don't want
stop.
people to know about your music.
Not on here.
Oh
Why?
shit, he's afraid of you guys.
No, I'm not. Just
One of us gets one
Find
text
it on your
message
own,
from,
man. Everything's
from a
cool.
listener.
Mike.
What's
Okay, so no, wait. So you
forget
tell
who
me
it was.
that,
Was it
that I
Chris?
wouldn't know what this kind of fucking place is, and then you try to plug my band.
Have you seen
all of
other-
them. All of
you've
them.
seen
Fuck
other-
you, Mike.
You've seen
Fuck
other,
you, dude.
you've seen
One
other
of them
bands
is
at
not
big
even.
venues.
no.
One of them wasn't even his band, by the way.
Yeah,
That's not even his band.
No. Fuck you, dude. Like,
I love you.
yeah, I love you too, man. Get back to it.
Nemo-
Hey, who comes
Shut
to your
the
shows
fuck
and
up.
shows love? Me. But
Listen, I think that
No.
Years ago.
No, that was a
I still haven't seen
backhanded
it.
compliment, is what I mean. Like, hey, your band, you've never seen shit like this. Poof. Hey, check out all these bands.
Have you ever
Fuck
been?
you, dude.
Have you ever been in a green room?
Yes.
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm
they-
sure he
was it
has.
really green?
They have green room. No, they're not really green. Well,
I've
sometimes they
had
are.
a buffet, man.
I mean, they have green rooms in small venues.
Fuck you, dude.
I know
get
this
back
for-
to
I
it,
know this
asshole.
from,
Hey, we're
Royal
normally
Banks.
joking about dumb shit that I do, so it's like,
Well, also, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about the movie.
okay, back
You don't?
back
No.
to the
I'm
movie.
Kidding.
God, no.
I'm kidding.
Do you have any stuff on like Spotify?
It used to.
Used to? It's not
Yeah.
so it got taken down?
Well, it wasn't my stuff. It was a band I was in.
Yeah, it was. I know what you're talking about. It,
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, so Lynn is not dead, even though Billy was just there threatening her. She's sitting and crying when Chris walks up. And I guess he left her alive for a reason. But Chris
Yeah, he's
consoles
leaving her alive, so she looks like a fucking asshole the whole movie. It's like Candyman.
People think she's crazy.
Yeah, because the whole time she's like, Billy's back, and they're like, you're crazy, until they get murdered.
But even though she's like, it was Billy, Chris goes and punches Tim, the replacement singer, and he sends Lynn off to the lake with two
Just even goes
friends.
and punches Tim.
He did. He knocked him the fuck down. Tim's like, what did I do?
You were the killer in Terror on Tour. It's not the same character. I don't have Tim written down. Who's Tim?
Tim is the replacement singer.
Oh, I didn't know they had. I just thought that she took over. I thought
like
that
at
she
the
just.
final show, they think that's Tim
Oh,
singing.
see, I thought they
But
just
it's really John.
I thought they were
Billy's
twin
I'm not
brother.
gonna say twin brother. Oh yes, I
but,
didn't have to do it.
I thought that it was my understanding that she had just taken over the band and was just singing everything. That's why I thought it was weird at the end when everyone was like, "Oh, this is fine that this guy's out here in the same outfit."
Yeah.
that the killer. Yeah, like
that's Tim.
Okay.
What's Tim doing? But he's like, Lynn,
who says hot steamy pussy blood? Because that happens at one point.
I wrote that down. I'm
Oh,
pretty
no,
sure.
no. That was a working title for the movie. It was called How to Get Your Red Wings.
And I know at one point there's a phone that rings while it's off the hook, and I was
You
like,
got
"Well,
him,
that
right?
made absolutely no sense."
You got
That's
red-
when the three girls are talking.
Are you sporting your Red Wing medal?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally.
Do you
got
have
mine.
it? Oh, it was on accident.
Accidentally?
Well, he didn't know. It must have happened. Yeah, she didn't tell him more.
there like a wolf.
Release the Kraken.
Did you notice that? Okay, so there's Honey Bear. Her friends. Lynn has two friends named not Mary. Sorry,
Honey?
Donna and Honey Bear.
Is it Honey Bear? I just thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
Honey Bear. But
Maybe Bear's her
did
last
you
name.
notice that Donna kind of? I thought it was Kalisa or whatever from Boarding House and
She was in something we just
Terror on
did.
Tour.
Terror on Tour.
But it wasn't her. But it looked like her.
This is somebody that wasn't really in much else.
Nope.
Mike.
So we see. Are you mad at me? I'm sorry.
No,
He
go
doesn't
on.
care.
No,
Go
Mike,
on.
get back here.
Oh, crack that whip, baby. So she's like she's at the lake. She's
I don't know
putting
what
water
do
on
they
her
say right
neck.
there?
There's a pretty landscape.
What are they? I don't know the lyric right there. It's like crack that whip. What is he saying?
Break your mother's
No, before
back.
he says break your mama's back.
Give the pets a slap.
No, but no.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking up the
I love
lyrics.
Diva.
So Lynn's like
You
doing
don't know the lyrics of their
Lynn's
biggest
doing
song.
nature photography,
I
and she
listened to the
Give
hears
other
the
one.
past a slip.
Okay.
That's what it says. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. But yeah. Anyway, go on.
That's what I said.
You did not say pass that slip.
Oh, well, I said.
Or you didn't say give the pass a slip.
My first knee-jerk reaction was break your mama's back.
It would be mine too, as well.
I'm back. I will attack. Okay, thanks for chatting up, guys. So Lynn's doing nature photography.
Hey, Mike,
and,
let's go.
Oh yeah, that makes no sense either. That she's out.
She's got other interests. She's not
she
only
does-
the singer of one song and a whole
She
band
likes to
set.
photograph nature, and we don't know if she's good at it or not. Let's never found out.
But she hears an odd voice coming from the woods.
She knows it's
and
Billy
it's the
somehow.
Cackle. Yeah, she doesn't know that cackle anywhere.
I guess
so
he
she
used to do
just-
that when they
she was
fucked.
like,
Dude,
drops
she's
her
drinking
camera.
creek water. This is like the 80s fucking thing.
Period
She drinks
blood.
creek water.
Period blood water.
It used to be cleaner.
Period blood water. I don't know.
You can get trichinosis
We
from
said it
pig
was
shit.
period blood in that one movie.
Well,
We're
that was because somebody died
Don't go in the
upstream.
woods.
yeah. So it always has period blood in it.
Do you
now.
remember that girl from Don't Go in the Woods licking peanut butter off of or she's like licking a trash plate?
Yeah, because we were like, because I remember saying, you
Well,
have been
okay,
out in the
that-
wilderness lost for not even a whole
Yeah,
day.
and she wasn't
and she
going
was
long.
actually
Well, yeah,
like,
she
she
wasn't
was like,
voraciously hungry.
she was grabbing
Yeah.
those paper plates out of the trash and
Like,
licking them. I was like,
licking 'em
okay, you
out of some old
haven't been like
trash
out.
cooler.
She,
Yeah.
she acted like she hadn't eaten in a week.
She was into
Jingle
that before
sticks.
that.
She
Jingle
acted like
sticks,
she'd been like out in wilderness
She's like,
for a
I'm
week.
not hungry at all,
Nick,
but this is
do
kind
you
of my shit.
prefer Don't Go in the
She
Woods
just
to
was
this?
licking
what now?
trash
Do you
plates.
prefer Don't Go in the Woods to this movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Jingle
oh,
stick?
oh, very much.
I hated
Very
that
much.
You remember that couple? I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
stop
no,
talking
no,
about
no, no, no.
We don't need to go in.
Check out our the first episode I'm on. Don't Go in the Woods.
Episode 59.
How do you know that by heart?
I just do.
You're always sending people that one.
because I had to put it on Podchaser.
You're like, oh, you don't want to
I had to put
listen
your
to the show until Mike Carroll
I had to put
steps
your
in
credits
this
on
mother-
Podchaser, dildo.
I'm on the. I've got credits.
Yeah.
I'm a
everyone-
star, just like Lynn, who drops the camera. She just like hears that laugh. She just like slams that camera on the ground. I bet those were pretty expensive back in the day. And she's like, for some reason, there's like backwards playing music somewhere.
Yeah, it's because it's satanic. Duh.
I thought you just like murdering.
Well, but also everyone knows in the 80s if you played records backwards, they had satanic messages in
Yeah,
there.
you
I
have,
bet
to, you have to
Christians
get
do
a
it now.
shotgun and you have to blow your brains out.
The only one of
Do you
these three
think
that
Christian metal bands like have backwards Jesus
No,
messages?
dude, I've got
No.
a Judas Priest record and I never play it backwards because I like living.
Yeah, true.
yeah,
Like
but
a leather clad
No, I
man
know,
will show up
I
behind
know.
you and
Judas Priest.
Dude, I caught one of my friends starting to do that one
I
time.
think-
I was like, no!
I think if it was
Like,
Judas
you're
Priest, the
ruining my
message
record.
going backwards be a little bit different.
No. I was like,
It'd
well, I
be-
mean, dude,
Pull
also,
that
I love
cock.
Judas
Be
Priest,
all
but if I had
Yeah,
to
it's
listen
like,
to, if I had to listen to fucking Stand Down for Exciter backwards, I'd probably blow my brains out too. Like,
hey,
faster than a laser bullet.
Play
Sammy
Slayer
Curtis
backwards. It's like
So it goes from Lynn running through the forest scared to just like a shaky.
you can just listen to Angel of Death
shaky
forwards and he
aerobics
says
butt.
or praise hell Satan and altar of sacrifice. You don't just listen to it backwards. Just saying.
Yeah.
He says praise hell Satan and a bunch about Satan in Slayer albums front ways.
Yeah, they've got
Why
pentagrams on
would
the
you
cover.
need- why would
the
you need to
Butthole
listen to
Sippers and their
backwards?
songs start out as Satan, Satan, Satan.
yeah, it's not Paul's dead. It's Satan. But backwards is Paul's dead.
Paul is dead, by the way.
Paul is not
I believe
dead.
in that.
Okay, but
I believe the real Paul.
I think
in
I think the
Santa.
Paul in Friday the 13th Part 2 is dead, not Paul McCartney.
Okay, Mary Fuck Kill, Sammy Kerr, Thor, and I guess Lynn.
You can't cross fucking podcasts, dude.
They're podcast episodes.
But
Well, next week
everybody
we'll,
watches all these movies because of us, right? I mean,
yeah. The next episode we're doing is Trick or Treat, which that's who Sammy Kerr is
last
from. And
one we
then
did
the
was
next
Terror on
one we
Tour.
do is going to be Rock and Roll Nightmare, which has Thor in it. So that's where he's getting that. Sammy Kerr.
Sammy
Thor-
Kerr, Thor, or a threesome with Billy and Lynn.
No, just Billy.
Just Billy?
Yeah, Mary
But
Fuck
Lynn's,
Kill.
yeah, okay. Everybody's just like, pass.
Marry Thor, because marry
Mary
Thor.
Thor, of course.
I'm going to marry Sammy.
No,
No, I'll
Yeah.
probably marry Lynn.
I'm gonna kill
Sammy's
Sammy.
dead.
Sammy died from HIV related cancer,
Billy's
so I don't think I'm
Billy's
gonna fuck
dead,
him.
dude. You're
Killing
talking about
Thor
John.
because he's a Christian in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's not just a Christian; he's the archangel.
Yeah.
But, okay.
I'd rather fuck like a demon than an archangel, I think. They just seem like they have more fun.
Archangel?
Archangel. Did I say Archangel?
I
again?
said Archangel.
I'll
I'm
call-
the one that did that.
All right, guys.
Michelangelo.
Where we at, man?
Okay, so
I think we
Lynn-
just got done with like her taking pictures. I think she's with her
she's running
friend.
through the woods scared, and then we see a shaky 80s aerobics butt just on the screen. It's like a
It's
close
Donna
up
and Honey Bear.
of
Ass
Mary's
can
butt.
workout, man.
There's two ladies doing aerobics,
It's Honey
two
and
heavy
Donna.
metal.
Honey Bear and Donna.
Yeah, it's Donna's butt.
Yeah, the brown
Shaking white lady butt. And they're both doing heavy metal aerobics when Lynn comes in, and they're trying to tell her it wasn't really Billy.
What is their purpose besides being?
To get her to chill the fuck out.
No, Donna works for Lynn in some capacity. I don't know if Honey Bear does or if she's just her friend.
Lynn starts complaining that she broke a nail running from Billy.
That's when I said to her, she's like, I hurt my hand. I broke a nail.
We
And
see
I'm
the
like,
killer's boots on the rocks, and the blonde lady, Honey Bear, is like, I'm going to the store. Which I don't think she ever comes back.
she does because she's in the boat scene coming up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really
Okay.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
So Lynn and Donna are stretching, and this is when the hang-up calls start happening.
Yeah, but one of the phones, one
They
of the
have
phones,
two lines.
but one, yes,
The call's coming from upstairs.
but that would be fine. But on the other line, the phone's off the hook, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been
But
ringing.
you're not.
Yeah, it's, they're trying. Those Sebastians are trying.
Because at that point, like, there's the hang-ups or whatever, but then
Oh, this is when
that's when Lynn
somebody on the
leaves.
phone is like, I want your hot, steamy pussy blood
Yeah.
all over my face.
yeah, I like that.
How to get your Red Wings.
But then
How to definitely not get
Lynn
Red Wings.
leaves and is on a boat with Honey Bear, and then there's this way too much cat and mouse with Donna, who, but I said,
Yeah.
by the way, looks like Kalasu from Boarding House and Terror.
Motorboat.
And I said, I'm glad the tanning and her anorexia phase was really kicking in 1984 because she gets naked and then she is like bony as hell, and her tan is clearly like
Oh, that was the 80s tan
80s
lines.
tan
They were
lines,
like
yeah.
trying to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's real attractive. It's not.
they used to be, I guess, until it
So,
was 90s 90s.
While
hair
they're
was
gone, Donna decides to go shack up in San Francisco with somebody.
Yeah, but she doesn't because she gets killed.
Yeah.
But I
She
did
gets killed in
I
the
did say
jacuzzi, right?
here she
goes to the
no,
jacuzzi.
Well, she originally yes, first she gets. I thought she was getting drowned, but then it
Didn't
shows.
she get boiled?
Then it cuts back to her getting her body parts hacked off.
Yeah.
So she really dies. I thought she died at 39 minutes, but she really dies at 42 minutes because that's when it cuts back to her getting her like.
And
arm
even though
hacked off.
Honey Bear went to the store, Lynn is setting down groceries and she pets this fern. I'm like,
Honey Bear's really stupid.
Honey Bear is stupid.
But I did note a lot that there was a lot of walking around in this
Huggy
movie.
Bear is a stool pigeon.
In this part, she's eating an apple while she's walking around. She like goes to the jacuzzi and she covers it up.
Are you talking about Donna or
Lynn?
Lynn? Oh yeah, this is Lynn. Okay, because
Yeah, Donna's
this
already
is where
dead,
I wrote
dead
this,
in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, this is where I wrote boring, tedious stalker vision that amounted to absolutely nothing while
Nothing.
she was in the bath because we watched her completely dry off.
Yeah.
And put on her
Dude,
clothes like the whole thing.
Dude,
She's like, I told him to leave this shit
we
on.
watched her take a bath in real time.
In real time, get out,
no,
dry off.
that's how long it takes to take a bath. And yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's
she
fucking
gets
crazy.
out, dries off completely, puts on all of her clothes. We
Yeah.
see all of it happen in
Well, I
real
mean,
time.
the
somebody's
granny-
getting
this
into
is
the
the
house,
granny
but it's like
panties,
you can
right?
barely see it. I watched this, and it was like grainy as fuck.
But I was like, this amounted.
You said granny. She's wearing granny panties.
That's
but-
not what I'm talking about.
But
Sorry.
it was like this
Don't
dumb
be sorry
stalker
about it.
vision.
I'm sorry. I
that
was sorry.
really amounted to absolutely nothing at
no,
all.
we just watched a girl take a bath.
Yeah, and then it was like then it shows Billy again with now he has made that makeup on.
Yeah, so Billy pops out of the
I'm
closet.
glad you guys
it's
noticed
John.
that.
And then
It's
I
John.
wrote, and then I
Billy's
wrote
dead.
cat and mouse, cat and mouse, cat and mouse, yawn.
Dude, I've taken showers shorter than that.
Yeah.
Shorter than
like-
it took to watch in real time for her to take it back,
Yeah.
dry off, and put on her
Did you
clothes.
know
No
she was
shit.
really bad at opening the doors? She like just couldn't get these fucking doors open.
Also, I noted because he starts going rainbow
I'm
eyes,
surprised she
rainbow
didn't like
eyes,
start making
rainbow
herself a
eyes.
cup of
Yeah.
coffee.
And I was
or
like,
whatever.
this isn't scary. Like you
And
saying
he's- but
rainbow eyes over and over
he's
is not
everywhere.
scary.
Everywhere she goes, he's already there. It's like, is he? He's not a ghost or some shit. He has no powers. Like,
No, but
He's
she
just a
thinks
regular
that
dumbass.
he's come back to life. So and
Yeah,
I was like, this
that's
is
true.
also too dark to
She
see
believes
this
it.
tedious shit. And
Dude,
but I was
totally.
like,
But
but however, there is a little tiny part that was okay in that whole
Where she,
tedious
like,
walking
locks
around
him
scene.
out?
when he's in the window.
Yeah, like she goes
like, he
outside
shows up
and
in the
tricks him and
window.
comes back in and locks the door. So he's locked out and looking through the windows.
But that little shot where it shows him just like popping up in the window is
he
kind of cool.
turns off the
but he
power
cuts the
and
lights.
cuts the phone.
He cuts the lights, and I was like, her scare yell was hilarious. And I was like, B, it was already fucking dark as hell, so I don't know why
Yeah,
So
he
at
needed
this
to
point,
cut the lights.
She gets a big ass knife.
And then I wrote, see,
somebody
I don't
comes
care.
in,
I was
and
like, this chase has gone on for like 10 minutes, and I know it's not going to amount to anything because she's the
it does
final
amount
girl.
to something because she gets a big knife. Somebody gets in the house. It's fucking Chris,
It's
and
Chris.
she stabs
Well,
him.
Yeah.
you don't see it, and
She
this
stabs
is
Chris.
one of the better parts of the movie where
He doesn't die from it, though.
No,
Yeah.
they don't even show you.
He's like, this crazy bitch stabbed me at the next
No,
show.
it just shifts to like the next show, and he's like, God, she stabbed me,
Did
mate.
they say that? I don't think they say that out
No,
loud.
I think you said that.
I think I just said that.
There's
okay,
one
I'm
of
not
the
gonna
movies
say
where it said-
in Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Rock and Roll
it said,
Nightmare, they talk about
yeah.
retards.
And then like that's canceled.
So then
but
the
then
roadie-
the bodyguard is there.
He's roasting her too.
Yeah, I was
He's
like,
you
I was
dummy.
like, yeah,
Billy's dead.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna do a lot
Maybe
of
he
fucking
did call
good.
her a retard.
I think
that
he did.
dude is
I think
a
he
terrible
did.
I think
actor.
so.
And I was like, that bodyguard's
no,
gonna
he
do.
No,
did.
he was
yeah.
bad. He
Yeah, he
stuck out like a
did.
sore thumb.
Yeah.
He really did.
I was like, the
In a
bodyguard's
movie of
gonna do her
bad
a lot
actors.
of
It's one of the
good.
Sebastians.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Ferd. Or
Was that Fred? Oh, then it's okay. If it's
but I was
Fred.
like, the bodyguard's gonna do her a hell of a lot of good because she thinks she's crazy. So like, that's not gonna work.
And they have this red
Like-
herring broken coffin thing that never comes back into play.
And they call Donna a celeb just because she's like gone to meet her boyfriend in
Yeah,
San
she hasn't
Francisco.
fucked anybody except
she's dead.
probably herself in the showers.
She's dead.
Donna. I was thinking Lynn.
And then Lynn does say, "Some security you suck." And then she's like, "I'm going to dig up Billy." And I was like,
the blonde girl that goes with her
Honey
to dig him
Bear.
up.
That's
That is Honey Bear.
Yeah, and I was like, ha ha ha.
So she really did go
Those
to the
girls
store and
can't
never
dig
came
up
back.
a fucking grave.
Someone laughs and goes, "She should go into therapy." It's the bodyguard. He's like, "She should go into therapy." Lol. So I was like, "That's
well,
not
I mean,
hilarious."
okay, so
like,
I gotta give
Speaking
the
of digging
bodyguard
up
that.
graves,
And
like
then I read-
facts.
well-
They're going off to dig up a grave.
but then I did write this security
But that
guard
happens
really
in-
can't act.
That
No,
happens,
he
that happens in
can't.
Phantom of the Mall. And it's like
I
the
fucking
dude,
wrote it
there's
down,
no
too.
dirt on him. He's not sweating.
And-
It's like, that's not what digging up a 6-foot grave is like.
And then I wrote, "Is he going to chain her to the bed? Are they dating? Was she
Wait,
dating Billy?"
wait,
I was
chill.
confused.
Wait, I don't know where you're at.
Because when she says that she's going to go dig up the grave, they like talk about chaining her to the bed or something
Yeah.
instead.
Okay.
And then Chris,
Yeah, because she's trying to get Chris to go, and he's like, fuck no.
But then he gives her all this information that he knows about dead bodies.
Well, dude,
and
Chris has
that
a
he
good
knows
fuck.
the
He
law-
just got stabbed by her, and then she wants to dig up a grave, and he's like, "It'll revoke my
fucking
green
crazy.
card."
And he
Yeah,
says
I'll
that,
take
and he
a
goes,
green
I
card.
go, and he knows the laws
And
about digging up graves.
They're being
And, yeah,
watched.
I was like, how do you know
He's
all this
being
stuff?
reasonable about it. He's like, "You stabbed me, and now you want me to help you dig up a grave?"
it doesn't
Like,
matter.
That's insane.
Because she gets Honey Bear, who has a really fantastic accent. I love it. She's like, Lynn. But then there's a tedious walking, shoveling.
Yeah, well, she's like pointing. She points the flashlight at like every statue she passes. It's like
Yeah, it's a really long
Found
scene.
his grave.
she finds the grave of William
Found his
I.
grave.
Harper, not the letter I, Billy I. We see the boots walking. Oh, it's walking towards the car.
Did it remind you of Slumber
Honey
Party
Bear's
Massacre
like,
too? The boots and the pants.
Yeah, but with less.
I mean, it wasn't good, and I love Slumber Party Massacre too. But it did like when every time it showed his like boots and the leather pants or whatever, I thought about like
Badoom, Atanas Illich.
I don't know, that Andrew Dice Clay knockoff.
I thought he was hot.
Thought he looked like Andrew Dice Clay.
So Honey Bear originally stayed in the car, but she gets scared and she goes looking for Lynn. She finds
She
her
ends up
digging.
helping her.
Yeah, and they hear like a mausoleum's door creak. It is just Chris again. Chris is a sneaky bastard.
Who takes over digging after being stabbed in the shoulder?
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know he got stabbed.
he's a real.
didn't-
well, that's what he
Lynn
was saying when he
stabs
was
him
talking. He was
at
like,
the
"Yeah,
beach
mate,
house,
she
the
stabbed
lake
me in the
house.
shoulder."
But then I was like, so, okay, this is where she realizes, because when she gets his grave opened, he's in there.
Yeah,
And so she realizes. Then
he looks dead as hell.
I think John comes out at that point.
Well, she has a hallucination.
She has a daydream.
But John comes out and she realizes she fingered the wrong guy. And then I was like, so what are we going to do with the last 20 minutes of this fucking movie?
Wait, yeah, I like the way his skull with the worms looked.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a cool effect.
So I thought
Reminded me of
I don't know
Jason Lives, but
she's happy for a second.
This predated Jason Lives by 2 years.
But she doesn't know that John's alive at this point because she's back in the limo with Chris and they're drinking champagne. She seems happy. She seems for a second like she believes
Did
he's
you
dead.
guys notice that Billy
I
I
don't
was
understand-
buried with a headband?
I don't understand why she was happy though, because
she needs.
even if
Because
it is
then she's crazy.
that's what or she's getting stalked by someone else.
Yeah.
She's so at the end of the day, she's still getting fucking stalked. So I don't know if she's fucking happy to know that it's not Billy. Someone's still trying to kill her.
So Billy at this point burns Honey Bear with an iron.
You mean John at this point?
Dude,
Yeah, it's
an
John.
iron wouldn't kill you.
It would burn
Like,
really fucking bad.
It would hurt.
Well,
really
maybe
bad,
where he burned her, it would like hit an artery. I don't fucking know.
but it would take so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
So Chris and Lynn show up to the venue.
it wouldn't be pleasant.
And Billy's doing his makeup. And we see some Motorhead and Black Sabbath and Gun Club and Clash stickers around the venue.
I was like, God,
I thought that the
cat
Motorhead and
and
the
mouse
Clash,
bullshit, and I was like,
Lynn is looking for Honey Bear, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do my own hair and makeup."
and then at some point
And
you see Chris.
we see a shot of
Chris is unconscious.
we see a shot of Honey Bear hanging, and Lynn goes down the dark hallway to find Chris, but she hears the whisper and the cackle, and Billy John pops out and chases her. And this is where John explains that he's Billy's twin brother, and he's the one that actually wrote all the music.
Okay, and also
And
if
she,
she
like,
if she was
slashes him
dating
with her
Billy, how did she not
fingernails.
know he had a twin brother? I'm
That
sorry.
was it.
whatever.
That was
I
in
had
love
that
with her.
same
He's like,
question.
I was in love with you first. It's like, how does he not know her?
I have these two questions.
She doesn't know him.
How did she not know? How was that never mentioned? And then on top of that, why would the record company choose the less talented twin?
Yeah, the one that didn't write
so
everything.
but
Yeah.
before that,
And he's like, I know when you messed up that song in Denver. It's like,
before
okay, he's been-
that happens though, you see Chris and he's unconscious somewhere, and then they show an ether bottle.
Yeah,
It's hilarious, like the way that it's
That
like
doesn't knock you out.
huge.
John
I
does
know.
ether her, and he puts her in the
I
coffin.
know.
I've done it.
I know.
Yeah.
It does knock you out. I've never done it, but
Okay, and then
doesn't.
somebody else. It's Rocktober Blood and Guts time.
yeah, I was like, this monologue is god awful. Also, where did he get that casket?
There's some Van Halen wheedling deedling, and
Time to rock.
there's girls chained up on the stage, and
This show, production is good.
Yeah.
one already has a tit exposed
Also,
like that.
Lynn is a really bad actress because when he pulls her on stage, she does not look scared to be up there. When she starts singing,
Well, she thinks it's part of the show.
No, at this point,
she's handcuffed.
she knows
to him.
that she just got
She
ether
knows
and
it's
put
him.
it into a coffin.
But she doesn't look scared at all. Like when
So they-
she's singing, she's fine.
She still sings
They start out
Rainbow
with
Eyes.
Killer on
but
the
before
Loose.
he brings her up, he kills a few of like the girls
they
that
play
are.
Killer on the Loose, and he kills a couple chained girls.
Yeah, there are
and he
girls
pulls out one of their
chained up,
hearts,
yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, he kills two of them. No,
And
three of them.
but
I'm sorry,
he kills
three of
them
them.
every time in the song when it's like, "It's time to die, your time to die," or something like that. He has this knife on the end of his microphone stand.
Yeah.
And
It's a sword.
but at some point he cuts off a lady's head with a pocket knife. It's like, you got a
Yeah.
fucking sword, dude. You don't have to saw on that shit. Do you know how long that would take?
Also, didn't you
There'd be
think
like
that
a whole show.
Rainbow Eyes was like okay? The issue I had with all three of these movies
Not a
actually.
sword, a pike, if you will.
With all
Yeah.
of with the three movies that we're recording tonight, sorry we're doing them all three, is the fact that they were basically using them for full music videos.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't need to hear
That's
the
a
whole
good way to
fucking
burn 5
song.
minutes, and you can like.
Well,
some
in
action
Rock and
in
Roll On
there.
they had to add that van scene to add 10 minutes to the fucking movie. I was like,
Yeah.
they could have just added.
But they think the
fucking
music's good,
It's
cutting edge,
kind of like
good
you guys
metal,
talking
too.
about it. It's the same thing.
Well, it's almost over. Okay.
But someone goes, oh my god, look, he handcuffed her to.
Yeah, he gets
What's
Lynn out of the
going on? He's
coffin.
gonna kill her.
He says it's okay that he's dead, and Lynn starts singing like everything's okay. But Chris comes out and says he was knocked out.
But the
And-
drummer is really annoyed, and he just goes, he's like really
well,
not in the mood.
And this whole time,
He goes,
they
just
think
play
it's-
on back.
Everybody but Lynn
So
thinks this is
he's
Tim.
done.
I did like that.
Everybody
part.
thinks it's
just
him.
play on back
He doesn't even
no,
care.
that's real band.
Yeah.
shit. Like,
He goes, I don't care anymore. Just play on back.
But he's got the mask on during that first number until he brings out Lynn and unmasked. That's
play
when everybody's
Rainbow
like, "Oh
Eyes.
shit, it's Billy," but it's really John. And
But the drummer still doesn't care. She sings Rainbow Eyes. She doesn't look scared, even though she's
Yeah.
supposed to be. And then the drummer after that just like, just play on back.
right?
Yeah.
And
Very
Chris
annoyed.
and I guess
That's a pro.
Chris and the security guy have guitars that they're
Yeah,
going
I
to
was like,
club
lol,
him
at
with.
Chris with that guitar ready to attack. And then I was like, this song's
I
too
will
damn...
attack.
And I said, this song's too damn long, too. What the
I
fuck?
like
I
it.
don't need to hear these entire songs.
But dude, somehow she gets unhandcuffed. She gets handcuffed,
I don't
and then
know
she's
how.
not handcuffed anymore. And Chris hits John with the guitar, and he gets electrocuted, but he still finishes the song even though he's dying.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's an artist.
And then the credits roll as Billy John stares into the camera.
Dies for his music.
Billy John.
So kills.
Oh yeah, kill count.
Kevin gets his throat slit at 8 minutes. Mary is strangled with tape or something and impaled at about 11 minutes. Then at about 15 minutes in, we just hear the MVTV guy, talk about 25 rock and rollers plus Kevin and Mary a year ago that happened. Then Donna's next. She's drowned in a hot tub at 39 minutes. So that's 24 minutes after we just heard about 25 people dying. And then it's not at 39 minutes. I'm sorry. I thought she was drowned, but she wasn't. At 42 minutes, she has her body parts hacked up. So I said almost 30 minutes later after just hearing about 25 rock and rollers dying, I guess. 31 minutes after an actual kill in the movie. And then we have Honey Bear, who has an iron to the neck, and I guess she's hung after that. That's about 1 hour and 2 minutes. So that's 20 minutes after Donna. And then at 12 minutes later, we have a female concert victim that's stabbed in the stomach with a sword and disemboweled. Then about 30 seconds later, we have another female concert victim stabbed with a sword in the stomach and disemboweled. And then a minute after that, you have the third female concert victim decapitated. And then the last kill is John, who is electrocuted while hitting a sweet high pitch at around 1 hour and 25 minutes. 9 minutes after the last, the girl that got her head cut off.
Man, there's a part of that when you said after Donna. And that's going to be my new post-punk band.
That's a good
is
name,
After Donna.
Okay,
You
trivia.
think that's better than Headmistress?
Yes.
Yeah.
After
Y'all
Donna.
After Donna.
After
Y'all are
Donna.
too cool for school.
But then people might think it's about that 70s show.
Oh, no. No, that was my sister's thing. She's 2 years younger than me. She
okay,
loved that
so-
You've got a sister?
I do.
Yes.
A sister of death?
No.
No, just a regular
Just a
one.
regular one.
She has kids.
So
She's
a sister of life.
I didn't know you were
A life
I didn't know you were
sister.
an uncle. You don't act like an uncle.
Uncle Touchy. That's why I'm not allowed to be around him.
Goodness.
Okay, so this movie was banned in the Australian state of Queensland until the early 1990s. Shout out to
one?
Hugo, and Katie, by the way. When the
Because she
Queensland,
fucks Australians?
just because I needed to say her name.
Oh, okay. Hi, Katie.
So it was banned in the Australian state of Queensland until the early 1990s when the Queensland Censorship Board was disbanded. The band
What
Sorcery,
in this movie is offensive to a board?
especially in Australia, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorcery is the band and in the movie,
Yeah.
so they're a real band.
And they're good.
Female director Beverly Sebastian also directed Gator Bait 1
I
and
love
2.
Gator Bait.
And her husband, Ferd, or maybe Fred, don't know, co-wrote this with her. This movie is also known as Rock Kill, all is one word.
All right.
I couldn't find a budget for it, but there was this low budget limited theatrical release on October 12th of 1984.
I think it's for.
So I'm going to tell you this. Okay, so I went into this like rabbit hole about this movie. It's pretty hilarious. Well, I guess it's not because they kind of like fuck some people over. But so there was supposed to be this Rocktober Blood remaster and a Rocktober Blood sequel called Billy's Revenge. There was a scandal
Billy's
about
dead.
it. There was a scandal about it in 2016. So what happened is
So did they make a sequel?
no.
Okay, you're getting there.
Okay, I'm getting there. Okay. Get ready for this. I'm just going to read what it says on this website that is bands
Quotation
about
marks.
B and S about movies or something. So get ready for a fascinating fiasco for the most expensive film, direct-to-video never made. In April 2016, the Screamcast podcast broke the story that an Indiegogo online campaign was launched to raise funds for a proposed sequel to Rocktober Blood. There was even a YouTube posted trailer that featured outtakes from the original film, creatively edited with new footage featuring new actors. And those sequel plans quickly crumbled in the midst of a fan controversial DVD/Blu-ray reissue of Rocktober Blood. So what happened was, through that crowdfunding campaign and a website, rocktoberblood2.com, which is no longer, Panama Films, the film company / reissue arm of the movie's producers, Ferd and Beverly Sebastian, were offering a $50 Blu-ray and $30 DVD restored and remastered from the film's original 35mm negative. The pack would also include the first ever CD copy of the film's out-of-print vinyl-only soundtrack, and then another perk, Billy I. Harper himself, actor Trey Lauren, a.k.a. Tracy Lauren Sebastian, the son of the film's writers and directors. I didn't realize that.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Would personally autograph the discs.
Wait, Billy's their kid?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
From their official social media press release, quote, fans of the original cult classic will be able to help with the sequel even before the launch with an early bird special, which includes a special limited edition Blu-ray or DVD of Rocktober Blood. The Blu-ray will be a new master of the 35mm print. In addition, you will receive a mini poster of the original theatrical art, a t-shirt, and the original soundtrack. Your Blu-ray/DVD can either be signed or signed with a personalized message from Billy I himself. Needless to say, fans of the video fringe were weary from the start because Panama Films, which was operated by their son Benjamin, previous digital reissues of the Sebastian's other films such as Gatorbait and Flash of the Firecat were imported from the 1-inch videotape masters. So they were just like rips of the VHS. So people, like those people already were kind of like weary about this whole thing. At the time, the Rocktober Blood reboot had a Facebook page, and fans inquired if this new reissue would be legitimate, pressed blues and DVDs, or if they were going to be BDRs or DVDRs, like the old Panama versions of those other two movies. The page, run by Tracy Sebastian, said that Tracy is Billy I, says they're legitimate Blu-rays. So there's also a little factoid. Legit replicators require a minimum of 1,000 copies be pressed before they can take an order. So questionable that there would be 1,000 people that really want this reissued. But anyway, so then the Rocktober Blood social media platform stated that in honor and recognition of the Sebastians' filmmaking throughout the years and to give something back to them, all net proceeds, 100% of them, from the special edition director's cut DVD and Blu-ray would go to support their charities, the National Greyhound Foundation, a 501c3
they love greyhounds.
nonprofit organization. So,
And who doesn't?
This reissue was intended to. So the reissue was intended to fund the production of the sequel, Rocktober Blood 2: Billy's Revenge. So how can you fund the movie with the sales if all the proceeds are going to a nonprofit organization? So that all didn't make sense.
It's called tax cuts. Emily.
Then another statement was issued that the upcoming Indiegogo campaign will fund the sequel. The advanced early bird orders through the Rocktober Blood 2 website will all go 100%
This all sounds like money laundering
to the Greyhound charity. And the few fans that decided to take the plunge were receiving credit card statements with the notation of lovepettraining.org.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like money laundering.
And their order confirmation emails were sent from the National Greyhound Foundation. So it seemed the film's reissue was going through and processed directly by the charity, and since everything looked on the up and up and it was supporting a charity, other rock and roll flick and bad horror movie fans took the bait. And the fans waited. Their blues/DVD CDs combos, they never
Cooking
arrived.
the books, man.
I read on a message board that someone did get some, and people were asking for stills from it, and no one ever posted anything. Oh, really? So anyway, the fans began requesting credit card and PayPal refunds. Then another official statement via the Rocktober Blood 2 Facebook page was issued with an apology for the shipping delays, and that they, which meant Tracy, Billy I, were waiting for the discs to be shipped to them, and as soon as those discs are received, they'll be shipped out the next day. And the discs did ship out, as fans spoke of their postal tracking and indicating that their purchases shipped from Homosassa, Florida. It's outside Tampa. It's where Tracy/Billy ran a southern barbecue joint called Smokin' Teas.
Sweet.
I'd go.
Then their purchase arrived. Not only were the DVDs and blues direct-to-disc recordables, they were not correlated from a 35mm negative. They weren't even burned from a 1-inch tape master. They were ripped from an old VHS tape. Adding insult to injury, the CDs were direct-to-disc recordables ripped from an old vinyl album. More salt to the wound. Yes, the cases were signed to Keep Rockin' Billy on the plastic dust cover, but not directly on the artwork. So once the disc was handled a few times, the signature rubbed off.
Damn.
So I know this is kind of long, but I thought it was super interesting.
That's kind of the best thing about the movie.
This story is kind of hilarious. So everyone paid $50, $60 of shipping. Overseas fans shelled out $70 because of international.
Somebody
The
signed it
final
with a
cost
Sharpie.
was almost $100 for Blu-rays and DVDs. Knock off $20 for the DVDs. Sourced from a VHS tape and CDs from a vinyl album. Then there were shipping discrepancies. At $10 domestic shipping in the U.S., the package should have been sent priority. Instead, they were sent first class, which actually cost about $3. So, as several rightfully irate U.S. fans posted on the Rocktober Blood 2 Facebook page, horror film, and the DVD Blu-ray blogs, and as Paul Zamorelli publicly pointed out via his analog archivist platform, where did the other $7 go? Johnny J, the ex-boyfriend of this person's ex-girlfriend, who he male bonded with over their love for the same woman, horror, whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
I love you, Sebastian. I don't care about all
It was
this
nothing more
slander.
than a Billy I. Harper frisbee. So then the question was raised. The original 1984 VHS of Rocktober Blood was released on Vestron Video. Why didn't Lionsgate, who did a Vestron Blu-ray line, release it? Answer. Vestron's distribution rights expired somewhere between 1996 and 1998 upon the formation of the Artisan Entertainment imprint, and all the rights reverted back to the Sebastian family, and they refused any outside companies to reissue their films, thus their formation of Panama Films. And Lunar is
Smart, though.
Records.
That's smart.
Then the complaints, the requests for refunds, and fans filing chargebacks with their credit card companies ensued. And when Panama Films snapped back at the complaints and disputed the refunds and chargebacks, fans started flaming the Rocktober Blood 2, Tracy, Sebastian, and Smoke and Tea's Facebook pages. Someone wrote, "Why take a negative to an expensive lab when I could have it scanned locally at a photo place?" said one of the statements. So no more, thus admitting the discs were rips and not official presses. So no more Rocktober Blood 2, Billy's Revenge. And then it said, hey, wait a minute, there is no Billy. John, the twin brother of Billy, murdered Billy and pretended to be Billy. No,
Well,
wait.
he didn't murder Billy.
No, wait. John murdered all those people and framed Billy, right? And Billy was executed. Then Lynn Sterling and Chris dug up Billy's grave, and he was a pile of bones, right? So wouldn't John's Revenge be the correct subtitle?
Yeah.
So there's no way of knowing how many of the blue DVD CD packs were manufactured, how many were sold, and most importantly, how many refunds were issued. Then there are the printing costs for all those purported mini posters and T-shirts sold through the website, all the social media platforms. The sequel's website and the site for Panama Films connected to the project were all shut down shortly after the fiasco came to light. And there was the eBay store used to procure additional film financing that was shut down, with claims they had a warehouse full of the original 1984 theatrical one-sheets and soundtracks. The Sebastians began posting Tracy as Billy autograph copies for bid only. Fair enough. The vintage copies were legit. They weren't reprints, and everyone was satisfied with those purchases. And then the Sebastians started posting other film memorabilia, such as Billy's actual knife from the film and
the big
his
mic
microphone
stands?
sword stand
Yeah.
from the film. Of course, astute horror fans compared the posted items to the actual ones from the film and noticed that they didn't resemble each other at all. And that led to more complaints and more social media flaming. And with that, the eBay store was closed.
Man, poor Sebastians.
How much more of this shit you got?
It's almost done.
right?
Upon the learning of
Snake
the
egged on
July
too much
31st,
information.
2019 death of Nigel
And they call me
Benjamin,
TM Mikey.
they took a second look at Rocktober
Molly.
Blood. So there's that.
TM Lee.
B&S Movies did The Last Slumber Party. So apparently now Shudder re-released it. That's how we watched it.
Yeah, it's on Shudder.
And it had a simultaneous limited edition VHS
Gatorbait's also
reissue
on.
by Culture Shock Releasing.
Gatorbait's worth checking out. Gatorbait's way better than that.
But I didn't think that the reissue of the streaming, like on the streaming, like Shudder did, it wasn't remastered. It was
No.
clearly just a VHS rip.
For sure.
So I didn't look any better. What do you rate that? Sorry for that being very long,
It's a whole nother podcast.
but I thought I thought the whole thing was really
Join us
interesting
next
that they
time
just
on
like
those Sebastian's
don't act like
cast.
that's not interesting.
No, it was interesting as hell.
yeah, no, a lot of that is interesting.
So,
yes.
what do you rate this movie?
I rate it 0. I hate this movie.
Dang.
I rate it 2. I liked it more than Terror on Tour for sure.
I wish I knew what to give Terror. I always say that. I wish I knew what to give Terror on
both
Tour.
those movies. Like,
Hate's a strong word, man.
no, they suck. Like, I halfway through this, I
You
was
sound
like,
a little colicky.
sorry, man, I got cholera. I got the
the
I've got the consumption. Excuse me. No.
Wait, what did you get it?
With this movie,
2.5 because
I gave it 2. Okay, so
Dude,
you gave it 2.5?
in the
Yeah.
middle of this movie, I was just like, when I watched a girl take a bath and like,
Draw off
I'm not a
completely.
fucking creep, but yeah, I'm glad you
And
guys
put on her
noticed
clothes
that.
in
Like,
real time.
Isn't it kind of
why-
nice for a
like,
filmmaker to
I've had to get like
make
in a
the
shower before work
scene
before,
last
and
about
like,
the time you can
I gave
you can
Terror
be
on
done
Tour
masturbating
0.75, and I thought it was a lot better than
you can
Terror
get
on
done
Tour. So.
masturbating right at the same time the scene's over.
No, we would
Yeah, I
masturbate
could
to
do it
watching
faster.
someone
Oh, yeah, for
taking
sure,
a bath
yeah.
in real time. I mean, it's,
Oh, yeah.
well, so there's
I
you
don't
probably
like
would.
fucking put on all green and like
I hate
fucking light candles when I
cleanliness.
masturbate and like incense or
Nothing
whatever.
turns-
like that's like
nothing turns me
1.5
off
minute
more than
effect,
soap.
dude.
I've taken 2-hour baths, so.
Well, I mean that,
I've had-
but that's relaxing.
I've
I'm talking about
edged-
like
Yeah.
before
Oh,
work.
like
or,
to like
I've
if you
edged
actually,
for 2
why wouldn't you
hours.
just take a shower?
or the morning crank. You
Why
know?
wouldn't you just take a shower? Then?
I never take a bath.
That's
I mean,
what's up.
I took a
like-
bath when I was little, and they were very fast. It was like
Bathing's for
5 minutes
pussies.
bath.
Well,
Anyway,
dude. Well, when I was little, I wasn't in the workforce.
yeah, stay
but-
gagged on that sword.
Stay gagged
microphone.
on those red wings.
Stay gagged on petting a fern.
Stay gagged on Rocktober Blood 2. Billy/John's Revenge.
Stay gagged on the groceries that Honey Bear never brought back.
Stay gagged
Hey,
on the
wait.
money that the
One-
Sebastians
one-
have
one
stolen
more thing,
from
one more
man.
thing.
tons of people.
In the credits, did you notice that the dude who played bass, he played bass BSA or BASE? No.
First base.
But those
And
were all.
it was played by Rich King.
Well, those were all members of the band Sorcery. The real band.
yeah.
Is it sorcerer
Well,
or
he didn't
sorcery?
play a bass with 2 S's.
Well, thank God the band didn't really have to act in this movie. They were just there to play the
Yeah,
scenes.
They're just
so that was
rocking.
fine.
Nick didn't even like that.
And stay
I will
gagged on all of our social
attack.
media: Instagram, TikTok, Gag Myth and Knife Podcast, Twitter, Gag Knife Pod. Become a Patreon for member shoutouts, early access to episodes, bonus exclusive episodes. I think we have like 5 or 6 up now. And we can even do a movie of your choosing. So go to www.patreon.com/gagmewithaknife podcast to sign up. It's from anywhere to $2 to $5 a month, so it's not going to kill you.
Is $5 what you have to pay to get to
To
play?
do the fan requested, yeah.
Do the Albert Brooks movie Mother.
Steve
And
Magnolias.
go to gagmewithaknifepodcast.com to buy our merch. And
Somebody pick gator bait.
we'll see you next time when we'll be covering the 1986 awesome Trick or Treat
Ozzy.
featuring Ozzy and Gene Simmons. And we'll see you
Stick
next
that
time.
tongue out,
Keep on
baby.
rocking and keep on rolling. WKRS Cincinnati. Or whatever. Is that the name of the show? WKRP. WKRP Cincinnati. See ya.